guys, so we're back from shopping and we got a couple of things that are pretty interesting. As you know, we have a pork rind problem and it looks like Whole Foods is a huge enabler of this problem because they keep stocking new stuff in the pork rind category. So here's a bag of Epic pork rinds. This is our favorite brand of pork rinds by far. They have a new flavor in stock called chili lime. Sounded pretty intriguing, and so we thought we'd give it a try. These are actually baked pork rinds, and so they don't have as much fat, which is actually kind of not a great thing on keto. I think they'd still be good if you use them as a vessel for some kind of dip that is high in fat. We found this 4505 pork cracklins. So 4505 is a brand that we were first introduced to at the San Francisco Farmers Market at the Ferry Building, which is our favorite farmers market ever. They actually have a food truck there where they sell chicharrones, which are the most amazing chicharrones we've ever had in our lives. And we're really excited because these are pork cracklins, not just pork rinds. I've never had 4505 pork cracklins, but these look pretty great. So this is just a sea salt flavor. This is also chili lime, but I think it's a spicy version. In the sad news category, we went to Costco and we picked up 2 boxes of Kerrygold salted butter because they were marked with a little asterisk on them. And for those of you who are Costco veterans, you know that when an item is marked with an asterisk, that means that they're in the process of phasing it out. So my hope is that they're not getting rid of Kerrygold altogether. I'm hoping that they just get like a different box size or some kind of different SKU because that would honestly like break my heart a little bit. We did check the unsalted Kerrygold butter and that did not have an asterisk. There will still be Kerrygold, but we picked up some of the salted variety while we still could. So we found some hummus. We went to Trader Joe's last weekend and Ellie was craving some hummus. Monica looked at every single brand of hummus that they had and they all use some form of canola oil, which is really antithetical to hummus. Very strange that we couldn't find a more traditional hummus recipe with olive oil, but this is all organic. It's a garlic hummus flavor and it's got olive oil and a bunch of other really great organic ingredients. Hummus is a little too high carb for Monica and I, but the kids really like it, and so we picked some up there. Palmetto cheese. I don't know if palmetto cheese is just a Texas thing, but I definitely have seen it around more since we moved to Austin. And the macros on this are actually pretty great. 12 grams of fat per serving, 5 grams of saturated fat, no carbs, no sugars, and only 4 grams of protein. So this is a very fat heavy kind of dip. So this will be great with those low fat pork rinds. In the dip category, we got some more of my favorite dip. This is Queso Mama's white queso. I've become a little bit of a queso snob since I've moved to Austin. I've tried a lot of quesos. A lot of quesos are fairly high carb, believe it or not. And so I'm pretty selective about making sure that I have a queso that doesn't have a lot of grams of carbs per serving. This only has 1 gram of carbohydrate per serving. Picked up some sardines at Costco. These are wild caught sardines in olive oil, and the reason that these are ridiculous, other than the fact that they're wild caught and they're sustainable, is that they have 1,700 milligrams of omega-3s per serving and 15% of vitamin D. So like these are pretty fantastic. I kept looking at these through the corner of my eye every week we went to Costco, and the reason I never picked one up is because we actually used to eat like sardines and canned fish when I was a kid, and it was always in the context of fried rice with this on the side. And I was afraid it might make me nostalgic for fried rice, which is something that I can't have. But I'm thinking maybe we'll combine it with some scrambled eggs, maybe some onions, and make like a nice little scramble out of this to make something keto friendly that's really quick with a lot of omega-3s. So we've got 2 new flavors of Zip Fizz. There was a lady sampling all of the new flavors of Zip Fizz, and this lemon lime one is delicious. It's very refreshing, very crisp tasting. A lot of the other flavors of Zip Fizz are a little too fruity for me, but this is a very clean, very light taste. Same thing with the grapefruit. I guess I'm digging the citrus, which is something I'd never thought I'd say, and the kids love them. In the things that piss me off category, we have this. This is tri-tip. Now I recorded a video recently talking about how much I love tri-tip coming from California. Tri-tip is a very common cut in California. And so I picked this up without even thinking about it, thinking that, hey, it's just a package of meat. How many carbs could a package of meat have? Turns out, a few. There are 4 grams of carbohydrates per 4-ounce serving, and 2 grams of sugar. So this thing is marinated in all sorts of crap. So there's like canola oil in here, there's wine powder, there's a bunch of sugar in the marinade. And really the results aren't any better than if you were just to go with like some straight salt and pepper or do some kind of lower sugar marinade at home. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I might just make it and feed it to the kids since we're not as stringent about low carb with them. But that was pretty disappointing for me. Last keto-friendly treat that we picked up while we were out is this. This is Zevia. Zevia is a really fantastic soda for people who are on keto or just really conscious of their health and the quality of the food that they put in their body in general. So the thing with Zevia is it is sweetened with stevia, as you might be able to guess, and it has no sugars, it has no artificial sweeteners, it has no artificial colors. So it's pretty much as good as you can get while still consuming a soda type beverage. They've got a lot of great flavors. We only picked up 2 this time. This is Dr. Zevia, which is kind of like a Dr. Pepper alternative. And then we picked up here one of my favorites, which is Black Cherry. These Zevias are really great to have on hand if you're just like looking for a sweet drink. You know, I haven't actually drank alcohol in over a month just because I've been loving how good I feel without any of that stuff in my body now that I'm fully fat adapted. But it makes a great mixer for some adult beverages if that is something you're into. These are just some spatulas that I picked up at Costco. They had the dreaded asterisk of doom attached to them as well. I figured I'd pick some of these up because we make a fathead pizza crust that is keto friendly and is delicious, but the dough is a little bit hard and our fully silicone spatulas often bend when you're trying to stir and incorporate all of that stuff into a mixture. And so this will be a more rigid shaft on the spatula, and hopefully it'll be easier to make that keto pizza crust. Plus, it was about $9, and every time I see the asterisk of doom on something I even remotely want, I pick it up from Costco. It's a rule. Otherwise, I end up kicking myself when it's gone.
Wanted to go through some of the staples that we have in our house pretty much weekly. So something that we use really often is almond flour. You can buy it in bulk at Costco. It's much more economical that way, and with the frequency with which we go through it, with how much keto bread we eat in this house, and how much fathead pizza we eat, it's definitely a must. While we're on the subject of baking, I picked up some Lily's dark chocolate chips because we're going to be trying out a keto chocolate chip cookie recipe that we'll be sharing with y'all soon. These we have in our house weekly. They're delicious, and they're made with erythritol. Avocados, because no one who is on keto goes a day without eating some kind of avocado in some form. I usually cut one in half and take one to work with me in the morning. Shredded cheese, because it's delicious and it's very versatile. And so we use this for keto burrito bowls. And then heavy whipping cream, because we use this in our bulletproof coffees in the morning. And I've also made keto ice cream with this for the kids. It's really easy, and we'll absolutely be doing a keto ice cream recipe here in the next few weeks. And then because we are packing lunches and snacks for the kids, we absolutely love to have this uncured meat in the house because it's really easy to just throw in a lunchbox or a snack box. This is actually great because it's uncured Canadian bacon and they're in little individual round pieces, so you really don't even have to cut them up. And we really like this brand. This is Columbus. We got this at Costco. This is great because it, again, does not have any nitrates or nitrites in it. If you're going to buy a processed meat, you want to find one that does not have nitrates or nitrates in it. Bacon. I was very sad because Costco actually typically has an uncured bacon. They did not, however, have uncured bacon this time, so we just picked up this thick sliced bacon, the Kirkland brand, which is also good, but sadly does contain a little bit of nitrates in it. Last but not least, the cheese whisps, because they're crunchy and delicious. They're made out of 100% cheese. They're great for kids' snacks, kids' lunches, or if you just need something quick to kind of dip, it's a great chip alternative, and we have these in our house every week.